Again, the best way to connect with your higher self, the soul self, is to literally just try to sit and be quiet and see what you hear, what comes to you.
Or see, or feel.
Or feel. What are some of the subtle energies that you're feeling when you're connecting to your higher self? The more we do this together, the easier it becomes. So let's close our eyes together, all of us. And let's start to breathe a nice deep inhalation and then let it all out. And then just start breathing normally. Let's begin to invite in the Christ consciousness into our auric fields at this time. And we slowly breathe into it and exhale. Let the Christ consciousness enliven our auric fields, our bodies, our minds, and our soul. And we call that into this sacred circle at this time. We call in Yeshua to make his presence known to us, to give us his healing energy. We call him into our auric fields at this moment. May he be present with us during this sacred session that we are here together. We call in Miriam of Magdal as well to be a part of this sacred circle that we are here, that we are here now. They are here now. We call them into our sacred circle to be a part of us. We breathe into this. We ask them to heal us, to be a part of us, and to work through us. The light and the love that you are, the divinity that you are, is already here. You don't really need to search for it. It's already here within you. You are a part of the consciousness of Christ, the consciousness of love, the glue that holds together the universe. You are it. We are all here together. Rest assured that you are loved and that you are love. God is here with you. God is within you. You are God. There is no need to look outside of yourself. It's already here within you. Again, my teachings thousands of years ago, my teachings today, they are the same. Look here, look there. No, look inside, and you will find what you are looking for.
Really what we're all tuning into is this I am who I am consciousness. That's what we're tapping into, really. And that's our higher self connected to everything, our God self, our avatar self. So I wouldn't get hung up on I think that's personally where we're all moving toward. is owning that higher self frequency that we all have access to, owning that and bringing that forth into the world, because then the message is we are all God, we are all source. It's really the message of the book.
In truth, that is right, Angela. It is
Yeah.
really you that is coming through.
Yeah.
I am not who you think I am. I will refer to myself as Yeshua, but in truth, I am a part of the higher self as I am with you. You do not need to put a name to it if you do not desire. You
Yeah.
understand, Angela. This is the evolution of the human species. Excellent.
I'm struggling with meditating and trying to connect to my higher self and my guides. Do you have any advice for that?
The more you are in a resonance field of peace, tranquility, calmness, serenity,
Love
love, community, the easier it becomes
to connect.
to connect.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how to connect. You must find that path on your own. Sometimes sitting quietly is very difficult for people. At this time in history, in the present moment, you are moving. Humanity is moving faster than ever before. But it's difficult to see it because you're in it. Again, I will say this, as I said before, it is like watching a little child grow up from birth. Oftentimes, it's difficult to see it when you are the parents. But on the outside, you see the child growing extremely fast. We as human beings, you as human beings, are growing very quickly now. Your consciousness is expanding very fast. Because I am here in the present moment doesn't mean that I wasn't here 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 300 years ago. I have always been here. But you, all of you, have evolved in different ways to understand my energy. Now you can understand it in a different way. You're not going slowly. You're going at the very right speed for who you are in this lifetime. Everybody is. Everybody's journey is perfect in its own unique way. So is yours, brother. You are not alone in your impatience. The world is not going to be as you desire it to be. However, you, Florence, can be the way you desire to be. You are not just Florence, but you too are a world in and of yourself. Remember, all of you, the little things in life are the most important for your experiences, like being here. Florence went for a walk in the snow. How beautiful that is. Do not be impatient or be impatient. You see, it's up to you. I never say that you should not be impatient. It is your experience. How do you desire to have it? But if being impatient causes you troubles, ennui, discomfort, then change. You have the ability to do it.
So there's two main characters in the book that are human from modern world, and that's Rochelle and Angelo. And so Rochelle's having this discussion with Miriam about dreams. and trying to understand dreams and the soul and how that whole multidimensionality works. So Rochelle asks to Magdalene, was I bilocating? Was the dream merely reflecting my unconscious desires, as Freud suggested? Or was it an expression of the collective unconscious that Jung advocated was at play during dream time? A layer or state that allows all human beings to access universal symbols, ideas, myths, and cultural archetypes that may have special relevance for an individual psyche. Now, remember, in philosophical terms, psyche is simultaneously with soul, right? So Tim Freak's work, he calls the soul the psyche. This is one idea that is universal to humans, Miriam responded. We all have access to what we could call universal energy or the collective consciousness. You are part of it, and yet you are all of it at the same time. Trilocation and bilocation in dream states happen all the time, she continued. It's hard for humans to understand they're having many experiences simultaneously, which is the quantum aspect of your soul. Consciousness doesn't need your physical shell to exist. However, we were speaking of bilocation in the earth realm, in conscious states as well as unconsciously, such as dreaming. Bilocation occurs when you're able to take your physical body along with your soul and relocate to another location concurrently. Yeshua learned how to bilocate from Indian masters, but that is not what he was doing post-resurrection. You see, following his resurrection, he was missing his physical body, which was the conscious portion of the body. What do you mean by the conscious portion of the body? And how does the physical body relate to the Merkabah? Asked Rochelle. Now, remember, we had brought up the Merkabah earlier in the book. Conscious portion of the body is the perception of the physical body, Miriam explained. The physical body includes the Merkabah or the soul itself, yet the physical body is separate from the soul. When the conscious portion of the body and the soul come together, you perceive yourself to have a physical body. In other words, you perceive the physicality of humanness. At this moment, you're having a perception of consciousness, and it is a perception of your physical body along with your soul.
The Merkabah body, that physical idea, the physical sense of who you are, is a part of your consciousness. The Merkabah body, we're going to speak about the Merkabah body and the soul itself. The Merkabah body is the consciousness or the conscious body of what you're perceiving here. That's really what it is.
So is it our auric field and our meridians and all the energy?
Yes, it's all those things.
All the energy. So there's some people who can literally see how big your auric field is around you.
That is correct.
It's some people have that.
That is not one of Anthony's superpowers.
No, it's not. But some people can see it. They can see how far it extends.
But you can practice it if you desire.
It was almost as if it could be transported to other dimensional realms. So Rochelle's reflecting, right? What occurs when Miriam and Yeshua visited them in their realm? Were they taking them to their dimension in a way? If so, how is this happening during their waking state? Or were their waking states more of an illusion than their dream states?
Okay, that's a very good question as well.
What does it mean to share consciousness?
This waking state that you are in at this very moment is also like a dream state. I know it's difficult to understand, but this consciousness, this waking state is nothing more. I don't wish to say an illusion, but a perception of consciousness that you are all having at this very moment. It is important that you enjoy this
Perception.
perception, that you live it and love it and become it. Because what you do here happens everywhere. That is the quantum aspect of who you are and who we are. We're trying to move beyond all of these things of Merkabah bodies, chakras. We are moving beyond it now and trying to discover truly what is consciousness, what is the soul,
And what is,
and how do we fit in it,
and what is shared consciousness?
and shared consciousness. Exactly.
Now, if I were to ask you, are we going to be doing a book reading in Southern California? You would say,
Yes.
the biggest probability at this time is yes, but everything could change. There'd be a splinter of different probabilities and possibilities that can happen based on our response to something.
I will say yes.
Right, based on our observing of something, right? The observer effect. And so Sky talks about this as synchronicity. You call it probabilities, but they're constantly energetically dancing with each other.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's right. Very well said.
yeah,
You are driving,
yeah,
you hit a bump and you move over a bit, but then you get back on track or something happens,
yeah.
but you're always driving that
You're-
perception of
yeah.
your own reality.
So you're always a co-creator and a creator in every moment.
By thinking,
Yeah.
thoughts. We can go to the macro, but what's most important is this very small things of who you are. As Yeshua said, the little things, the little moments, the present moment, to find meaning in that. Because no matter how big we go with this,
Yeah.
it still comes back to you and to you and to you and to you and you and your own unique experience. How do you know that your healing is not part of their path? How do you know that you are not supposed to be there? Are you supposed to be there? Are you working together in tandem? Are the souls working together? Are you supposed to be there as the healer so that this experience for this individual can be something greater? You see, you never know. Because someone has an illness and you're there to heal this person, perhaps it was already manifested that way. You're probably supposed to be there. You are not responsible for the outcome.
Yeah.
You are there to communicate with the soul, with the perception as well, and to practice your healing arts. That's really what it's about, that experience. And it's a beautiful one as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.